Hi, this is Scott with Android Guys, and I'm here with Luke.
Hey, everybody.
Luke,
Yes.
would you qualify me as part of everybody?
Yeah.
Or would you say, hey, Scott and everybody?
No, I'd say, hey, everybody.
That's okay. So I'm the proxy for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I dig it. I've been meaning to ask you. It's been on my mind a long time.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh,
It is your turn
it is my turn.
to share with the class
Yeah.
a product, an app, a game,
Okay.
service.
Okay.
What do you got?
So I've been checking out these headphones, earbuds,
Okay.
from a brand I was unfamiliar with. I think we, Android guys, have maybe seen some stuff from them before, but I had never messed around with them. These are the Air3 Pro wireless earbuds from SoundPEATS.
Yes.
These things are interesting because they're priced right for the features they have.
Mm-hmm.
But I still don't love them. I feel like based on the things I see, the features they have, the price point, these would be a home run. Just great. But they're just I just feel like they're just okay.
Okay.
So these have a lot going for them. They're hybrid noise canceling, active noise canceling. It has an aptX adaptive Bluetooth.
Okay.
So
So it's got the codec for the Qualcomm chip in there.
and
Okay.
it's got a clear call guarantee, like really nice noise reduction for in-call stuff. 12 millimeter drivers. Like it's got charging, rechargeable case, pretty small form factor case too. A lot of times we see like these big carrying cases where it's like, this is supposed to go in my pocket.
Yeah, this isn't portable.
So these things are pretty small. They are a stem style, which is, style is pretty subjective. So it's just, that's not I think maybe that's part of it. That's not a style I like. But it's not, it doesn't get in the way. They still function as they're supposed to. They have a couple different modes. They have like a game mode. They're cool. But I find that, what it boils down to most of the time for earbuds, regardless of the features they have or anything they have, is what do they sound like? Right? Making a call, no problems at all. It is clear. It sounds like the person you're talking to. It doesn't sound like you're in a tunnel. It's not distractive on their end. It doesn't sound like you're on the highway with the windows down.
Right.
When you're in a quiet room, sometimes you get that. Like these sound good.
Or they over cancel everything and things are clipped.
Right. So calls sound natural, but the audio for music, it's not as clear as what I would expect from headphones that have all of these features.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and maybe it's, I feel like we do a lot of earbud stuff.
So yeah, and that's the problem is that we kind of compound our criticism, kind of snowballs.
Sure.
We get more and more.
We maybe get a little hyper focused on something because we listen to so much.
And it's easy to weigh something against everything else.
Right.
And it's hard because you can't keep everything in a vacuum.
Exactly. And so overall, I gave these a pretty good score. Overall, I gave them a 3.69.
Okay. So yeah, that's pretty good.
These are good earphones or earbuds. And I think for the right person, I think if you are looking for a new set of earbuds and you're on a budget and you want something that's going to work, these are great. And they have a lot of those newer features that you're wanting. But if you're an audiophile listening, to music and music is your thing, I think there are maybe ones that are probably a little better in the same price range. you
Yeah.
might not get all the features that these have.
Yeah, I'm just looking at specs and I see these things and I'm like, that ticks boxes that are like,
A lot.
Yeah,
It really does.
The Bluetooth 5.2, the audio profiles, the IPX4 rating, the USB-C, the fact that playtime, you get up to 24 hours out of that case.
Yep.
And so I see all these and I look at the price and think, yeah, that's a pretty compelling argument for $80.
Yeah.
However, when you get into the $80 to $100,
Right.
I know that I've heard some really good headphones and earbuds out there that I'm like, man, these are a definite recommendation if you're into music.
Right.
Can you talk at all about like the soundscape, like lows, mids, highs? Is it compressed? Is it muddy?
So it's a little muddy, I think, overall. Okay. So you have some highs and lows, but kind of the mid-range is kind of where it breaks up, and it kind of all either it sounds, the low end's a little light, and it's a little muddy in the mids, and the highs are there. So that's the big change. And obviously, when you're as your hearing degrades, highs are what you hear more anyway.
Sure.
So highs are always going to be the things that stand out, regardless of whether whether or not you're losing your hearing or however good the headphones are. Highs are just hit your ears more than anything else. But they don't sound like they have a very wide dynamic range.
Okay.
Everything sounds okay. It just doesn't sound great. It doesn't sound like, doesn't sound like I'm listening to it on a, it seems different than normally.
Sure. So it says 12 millimeter dynamic driver and renders super great sound. So you wouldn't call it super great at all.
I wouldn't call it super great. I don't think it's bad. It's not like you put them on and it's just like, oh, these are terrible.
Sure.
But they're just, I think for that money, if these came in at $50, I would say, sure, these are great.
So I'm going to throw something at you now.
Yeah, go ahead.
This may change everything.
Okay.
So you've got this, you said they came out to an average of 3.69, 3.7.
Yep.
As of right now, if you go to Amazon and look at these,
they're
$59.99.
That's a little bit better.
Yeah.
So that's a little better.
You start to look at that and go, oh, the $50 earbuds, you immediately become a little bit more forgiving. Are they worthy of $60? Would you score
I would
them?
say 50. I like 50.
Okay.
If you find them for $50 and you're looking for new earbuds, these have a lot of cool features. $50, no problem.
Okay.
60, okay. If you've had SoundPEATS before, you like SoundPEATS, $60, great. 80, like what SoundPEATS website says now.
Right.
I don't think it's worth that.
Okay.
I don't think it's worth that. Now, I know overall this sounds like a downer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if it sounds like a downer. I did give these a 3.69, almost a 3.7, which is above average for us.
Right.
These do have a lot of things going for them. If you care about audio quality for music, these are not the greatest.
But their
call quality, though, is fantastic.
And I can imagine the same would apply for podcasts, and audiobooks, and people who just want to have something in their ear.
Yep.
They don't just need to disappear into the song.
Right. Exactly.
So
yeah, I guess that's maybe I made it a little bit too gloomy. I don't mean to make these sound like they are bad. I think for the right person, these are great.
Yeah.
I think if music is if you're getting headphones for listening to music, your money is better spent somewhere else.
Okay. But if you're looking for a nice, well-rounded package,
sure, these are great, and they have a lot of really cool features.
All right, and again, these are the SoundPEATS
Air3 Pro.
Air3 Pro.
Yep.
All right, thank you, Luke.
No problem.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, comments, anything, shoot us an email at podcast@AndroidGuys.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Luke, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Luke Gaul, Gaul.
And I'm on Instagram at Scott Webster and Twitter as SWebster77. Until next time, thanks for listening.
See ya.